Yo, what's going on, guys? This is Houston Sports Talk back into the video today, and today we're going to be talking about the Los Angeles Clippers potentially trading for Terry Rozier. It was reported today by NBA Central that the Los Angeles Clippers are the betting favorites to land Terry Rozier this offseason. It seems like the Miami Heat are a team that are really trying to get rid of Terry Rozier this offseason. He's been on the roster for a couple years now. This was his first full season with the team. Last year, joined the team, got traded for the Kyle Lowry Terry Rozier trade happened. He comes in. He does pretty solid, 16 points per game, 5 assists per game, shot 42% from the floor, 37% from three. He wasn't amazing, but he was solid. I think he was better than Kyle Lowry coming in. But this year was just a bad year. 64 games, 23 starts, 10.6 points per game, 4 rebounds per game, 2 assists per game, and shot a terrible 39% from the floor, which was the worst for him since the 2018-19 season with the Boston Celtics. And so next season he's making $26 million, and it's the last year of his deal. And I think that if you are the Miami Heat, you're trying to move him, and the Clippers have come up as a team that could potentially look to move him this offseason. It looks like they are looking for a backup point guard. They've been linked to Malcolm Brogdon. They've been linked to a couple other backup point guards. I think this Clippers team could use a backup point guard next to James Harden. Bogdanovic is a really good player. He might have to be involved in this trade, but he's to me he's not a point guard. He's a shooting guard. I think if you're the Clippers, this is what I would do. If you're the Clippers, I keep Bogdanovic. He's a guy I look at that would have to probably be involved in this trade if you want to keep Norman Powell, Zubac. You don't want to get rid of them for Terry Rozier. Bogdanovic would be a guy that has to be involved in this deal financially, and so it would be dumb to me to make this, if you're the Clippers, to make this trade Bogdanovic and other assets for Terry Rozier, because to me, I think that, then you're just, you're creating more problems, because then, who's going to be the backup shooting guard then? And I that might be easier to figure out, but I think you could go out there and find a backup point guard in free agency. You got a couple guys you could bring in. Tyus Jones, Malcolm Brogdon, or a couple other guys in the free agency backup point guard market. Because you look at the trade, what you'd have to give up. I think you're looking at having to give up Bogdanovic and Drew Eubanks in this deal. I don't think giving up Drew Eubanks is that much of a big deal at all. I think the Clippers would be fine sending him in this deal. He only played 24 games, only averaged 2.7 points per game. He did play pretty solid in Utah, averaging 6 and 5 in 15 minutes per game. In the 2023-24 season, he did pretty well with Phoenix in only 15 minutes per game as their backup center. So, but I don't think that would be the Clippers' part of the problem of the deal. I think getting rid of Bogdanovic would be, as he did pretty well for them. They brought him in from Atlanta, gave up someone they were very high on in Terrence Mann for him, and he started in 4 games, 30 games played, 25 minutes per game, averaged 11.4 points per game, 3 assists per game, 3 rebounds per game, almost 1 steal per game. From 3, he shot 43%. From the floor, he shot 47%. In the playoffs, in 7 games, he played pretty solid, averaging 6 points per game, 3 rebounds per game, and 2 assists per game, even though he only played 16 minutes per game in the playoffs, which were 9 less than his average in the regular season with the Clippers. And so, I think he's someone you don't want to get rid of. His contract isn't amazing. He's making $16 million a year. But here's the better thing than Terry Rozier's contract. He's making a lot less money than Terry Rozier. Another thing is he's under contract for 2 more seasons, compared to Terry Rozier, who's just 1 year and then is a free agent. And so that would be the unfortunate thing about bringing in Terry Rozier is you've got to get rid of Bogdanovic, who played really well for you, and is under contract for 2 seasons, and you've got to give up Drew Eubanks, and you're getting Terry Rozier back, who's a great player, but is only under contract for 1 year, is making a lot of money you've got to take in. So I think that draft picks would have to get involved. If you were the Clippers and you're giving up Bogdanovic and Eubanks for Terry Rozier, I'm asking for more draft picks. So if you're the Clippers, I would ask for pick 20 and say, all right, we'll give you pick 30 and pick 51. So a little bit of a first round pick swap, I would think, would need to be involved in this deal. If you're the Clippers, I think you ask for pick 20, you tell Miami, we'll give you pick 30 and pick 51 with Bogdanovich and Drew Eubanks if you give us Rozier and pick 20. So for the Clippers, it would be getting Terry Rozier and jumping up 10 spots in the first round and giving up your second rounder. And then for Miami, it's getting rid of the terrible contract you dislike in Terry Rozier, getting a really solid player in Bogdanovich back, a potential backup center in Drew Eubanks. You do have to trade down 10 spots, but you get an additional second-round pick. It would be a deal that I think both teams would potentially consider, but if I were the Clippers, I wouldn't do this deal. But also Miami, I don't know. I think Miami wants to get rid of Rozier so bad they would do this deal, but I don't know about the Clippers wanting to get rid of Bogdanovich. I think the Clippers would be willing to get rid of Bogdanovich, but I don't know if they would want to get rid of him in this deal. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section, and peace out.